Enough, huh?
Yeah.
Go. Yes.
So can you explain about the stay exhibition and the
No. The proposed order, the proposed order by them which they had filed this morning, about 1 or 2 minutes after the decision,
yeah.
asked for a stay of the Court of Appeal and the High Court order. So we merely pointed out that the High Court order has lapsed because the case already come. It was a stay pending appeal to Court of Appeal.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And what should be stayed is the Court of Appeal order pending the federal court. Stay of execution, right? Yeah. Sorry? I can't hear you.
After this session, what will happen in the next, and what will prosecutor side do next?
As it stands, there is nothing for the prosecutor to do because we have won our case. So we will wait for the appeal because they have filed a notice of appeal to the federal court. We will have to respond to the appeal as we did in the Court of Appeal at the federal court.
Sir, could you tell us what transpired this morning? They went along with what the prosecution has been saying day one, that the former prime minister is what's wrong. Can you tell us what the decision was? And from here to the federal court, how long will it take?
I mean, the judgment we have is about 316 pages. So what? No. But in short, you know, there are 7 charges of 3 distinct offences. One is under Section 23 for abuse of power or position. 2 is Section 409, 3 charges of criminal breach of trust, and 3 charges for money laundering. So the court found, in essence, that the decision or findings made by the High Court judge is not erroneous. It accords with the law and facts that were established by the prosecution before him. They found absolutely nothing wrong in the High Court decision.
So after the more than 3 years court date, as a prosecutor, what do you think and comment in this case?
Sorry, the second question,
Sure.
for the federal court, how long?
Okay, I think the federal court will be quicker than from High Court to the Court of Appeal for simple reason. From the High Court to the Court of Appeal, they have to compile all the documents, thousands of documents, and all the evidence, and all the various decisions that were made. So it was a long process. And how many volumes was that? 112 volumes. But now, that is already ready. What they have to compile is only the proceedings that in the Court of Appeal, the arguments, which are all in written form, and the grounds of decision which is already ready. So what they will do is, with the 112, they will just put one more on top as volume 1, the argument and the decision. So this record is ready. I think it will come up for case management usually within 3 months from today, and then thereafter, I would think that the case would probably come up before the court of federal court in 6 months. 6 months, yeah.
6 months we will have the final.
Yes, we'll have the final, yeah.
Yeah. So
6 months for the hearing, and then they'll have to take some time to deliver. So you're taking about 6 to 9 months, yeah.
Yeah. So after more than 3 years in the court for this case, what do you comment and what do you think of this case?
Well, I cannot give my personal comment. This is a public case, but what I can say is it took a lot of effort for the prosecution to investigate both documentary evidence, secure witnesses, take their statements and come up with the charges at the High Court. And of course, the appellant, that's Dato Sri Najib, his defense team put up a very strong fight on virtually all issues that can possibly be contested. They took objections to many issues, and therefore, which is their right. I must say, it is their right in defense of their client. But that meant that the proceedings were rather protracted, long. Give you an example. Before we started the High Court case, they filed 4 applications for documents. Then for the prosecutor, that time was a different prosecutor for his contested his fear. What else? A few, 4. The gag order that is nothing to be published in the press, etc. So they filed 4. So that what had happened was, that went from the High Court to the Court of Appeal to the Federal Court. So that process itself was more than a year. Then during the trial, there's a long contested trial. Very exhausting, I must say, very exhausting for me and my team. That almost went on from April of 2019 to July of 2020. So about 1.5 years? Yeah. 1.5 years. And then from then to now. So all in all, I think now the issues have crystallized. They may raise a few more points if they find from the judgment. So the federal court hearing will be more concise to the core issues that need to be considered.
Counsel, Najib has been quite active in social media, so with regards to why we're waiting for the appeal at the moment, is there any gag order against Dato Sri Najib with regards to commenting on the case?
No, there is no gag order, but I can tell you generally, whether it's Dato Sri Najib or anybody else, if you comment on something that is pending, and try in that comment try to influence, then it may be contempt of court. But I think very often the rules are broken. Yeah.
Do you know if the upcoming election or a government change will take some uncertainties to the result of this case?
Sorry, I need to.
Do you worry if the upcoming election or government change will take some uncertainties to the result of this case?
As a lawyer representing the Attorney General or the public prosecutor, we don't worry about change of government or anything of that sort outside. We only worry what is in the record of appeal, and we only argue it. What happens outside that is beyond us, and that is conjecture and speculation. Yeah. Thank you.
Given how long this process was, how exhausting it was, how much there was the opposition from the defense taking on the individual points, how satisfied are you with this?
Okay, first thing I must say, you may be surprised, we lawyers, both prosecution and defense, we argue in court, but outside we just talk as friends, because this is just representing a different client. I'm representing the government and they are representing Najib. So but what is exhausting is, of course, the trial before Naslan was a very continuous trial for long periods of time, and we had, in some time, we had very short time to prepare submissions and all. So it was very stressful. I think many of us didn't sleep for many nights. Sometimes you even have to resort to a bit of sleeping pills to go to sleep. So it is exhausting. But as lawyers, it's fulfilling to do a job to the best of your abilities. And I think me and my team did our best in our own minds. Yeah.
Court described the case as a national embarrassment. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, the facts speak for themselves. It is their case that it is for national interest. National interest. They put up the defense. But because after the 4 million was released, evidence showed that the appellant did not take any interest to find out what happened to the money, and of course there was evidence that the money is left overseas. It is the judge's finding on those facts that it is not in national interest, it is actually a national embarrassment because of the publicity that this case brought to the country. Yeah, this is the finding.
One of the focus.
I said before that this prosecution is of a political nature. So do you think today's judgment shuts down the argument?
First things first, as prosecutors, we have IP, investigation papers of all the witnesses and all the documents. There's no politics inside there. These are facts, hard, cold facts. And we have to interpret those facts reasonably, which we did, and we presented it to court. And the court, not only at the High Court, wrote an 800 over page judgment. Today, the Court of Appeal has written, what was read was just a summary. It's a synopsis. It's about 316 pages judgment. So the court, 2 courts, that means 4 judges. So far, 4 judges. 4 judges have looked at it and found that the evidence presented against Dato' Sri Najib is justified to show the commission of the offences with which he is charged and the sentence that was passed. So I think the facts speak for themselves.
How much bigger possibilities for the federal court?
Sorry?
How much is big possibilities for the federal court to make a change, make a different sentence and that?
I won't be able to answer that, but you know, as lawyers, anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen in the court. I do not know what their argument so far has failed. The arguments presented has not impressed the court to accept it. So whether they can change the mind of another 3 or 5 judges is wait to be seen. But definitely 4 judges, 1 at the High Court and 3 at the Court of Appeal, are quite clear in their mind from the judgment they read that the offences were proven in a crystal clear manner. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, yes, sorry.
One of the focus of the defense attacks was the High Court judge. But today, the Court of Appeal has reinforced whatever he found and has concretely cemented your 7-0 victory on all the charges. How do you see this playing out?
I think what was not read, I don't know whether it's the full judgment, there was an attack on the judge's findings or his credibility, which I had to stand up and argue against during the appeal. Today's finding completely exonerates him of any wrongdoing in the way he dealt with the evidence, the way he arrived at a decision, and the sentence he passed. They held he was totally right in his conclusions, and there's nothing wrong that he had done in his judgment.
Leaving.
Well, we are happy that the view that the prosecution took has been proved to be correct, and there was no extraneous considerations or other motives in our prosecution. As alluded to earlier, a lot of other motives were attributed to us, that we were willfully suppressing evidence, of that sort. You know, so the court has found nothing of that sort. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats to the team.
Thank you.
Congrats.